Hi everyone, in this video, I'm going to be explaining the disorders of attention. So as you can see here, I'm going to be going over three attention disorders. The first two I'm sure you're very familiar with, schizophrenia and ADHD. Schizophrenia is a mental disorder. So mental disorder categorized with positive symptoms. So positive symptoms would include things like hallucinations, delusions, and like imagining a vivid imagination, right? So imagining things that aren't there, imagining yeah, things that aren't there, etc. Then you also have okay, then you also have negative symptoms, which are basically withdrawals. So withdrawing from social environment, um, apathy, as in they just genuinely don't feel any emotion other than um, aversion towards other people, and they tend to exhibit depressive episodes as well. Symptoms. So that's schizophrenia. So now you may be wondering how schizophrenia is a disorder of attention. Well, recent studies have hypothesized schizophrenia to be a failure in selective attention, meaning that people with schizophrenia struggle with selective attention. Then we have ADHD, which it's in the name, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The name is pretty self-explanatory. It's categorized with short attention spans and very becoming very easily distracted, right? And is categorized by hyperactivity. So remember, there's a big difference between children being hyper or having a lot of energy than being hyperactive. Hyperactive is categorized as a very chaotic state of energy. Like they cannot stay in one place. They're constantly fidgeting. So fidgeting, like chaos. I like to think chaos. I watched a video of a child diagnosed with hyperactivity disorder, and I assure you it is not like your normal toddler running around when he's high on sugar. We're talking constant state of movement. It's more about the person constantly moving and being jittery rather than just child being high on sugar. Not a spur of the moment, it's constant. So ADHD is categorized because obviously people are struggling to focus on certain tasks, they're easily distracted, etc. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard of this disorder before, prosopagnosia, but it's actually known more commonly as face blindness. Face blindness, in a sense that it's an attention disorder because people are unable to focus on a human face, right? And basically, how this happens is that in your temporal lobe, there is a region known as your fusiform face gyrus. Fusiform face gyrus. And this allows you to identify faces, put a name to a face, etc. Damage to this area actually causes the inability to recognize faces. And it's not as uncommon as you might think it to be, actually. There's a lot of people with prosopagnosia in the world, and it's actually a pretty common stroke injury. It's a rare disease, don't get me wrong, but it's not like 1 in 1 million. There's a significant number of people who actually do have the disorder. So it's important to know about it. And it's actually caused by, again, the damage to the fusiform face gyrus, which causes you to basically you can you can see the face, but your brain isn't able to process that it's a face due to the damage in the fusiform face gyrus. So essentially, you just don't see faces, which is really interesting to think about, right? So it just shows how sectionalized the brain is in the way it works. Damage to one region quite literally wipes out your ability to recognize faces. Now, keep in mind, prosopagnosia doesn't mean that you can't see faces. You can see faces, but your brain ignores it. That's why um it's a attention disorder. So you can your eyes can see faces, but your brain ignores, or brain, I shouldn't say ignore, it can't process the features, thus making it an attention disorder. So that's prosopagnosia. To be completely honest with you guys, I love prosopagnosia. It's my favorite disorder because it's a really cool demonstration of what your brain is truly capable of. I highly suggest that you watch certain movies with focused on prosopagnosia because they're pretty comedic. I also suggest for you guys to watch videos of patients with each of these disorders and kind of understand, think about why this might be an attention disorder, and more specifically, how you are able to differentiate between each of these, right? So make sure that you know how each of these work and how they present and why they're categorized as attention disorder. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day.